Hey everybody, John Felt here. This is the Kansas Corn Weekly Weather Briefing, and right off the top, be very careful later today and tonight as it looks like we could have a widespread severe storm outbreak. I'll be talking about the details of that in today's weather briefing, so let's get started. Well, here we go. Right in this area here, moderate risk today, and I will be showing the details in just a second here. But we also have that severe weather moving right across the Midwest. We have areas of some heavy rain as well over eastern Kansas. And then, aren't you glad you're not down in South Texas? We have an extreme heat risk in this region. Just imagine this: 109-degree temperature and a 78-degree dew point. Now, back at home here, this is the situation as far as severe storm activity. Anything in this red dashed line, that's where we have the possibility of tornadoes. Some could be strong tornadoes. Anywhere across this area, especially in orange and red, severe storm activity, and that's a large part of Kansas as we look at the storms developing late today and continuing into the night. So here's some of the weather risk here. This is the greatest risk for tornadoes in the area of red, includes Pratt, Wichita, Coffeyville. Severe wind right in here, Topeka, Emporia, Chanute, also Coffeyville, and severe hail in this region. So it looks like lots of different severe weather impacts, and again, later today and tonight. Now, last week we got hit by severe storms. You know, what's really been unusual in some ways is how we've had typical tornado alley has been hit pretty hard this spring. Now you say that's not really unusual because that's where we should get our severe weather in Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma. But the last couple of years, it's been more to the east and to the south. So we're getting back this spring to what is your typical or your classic tornado alley of the plains. And if we take a look at the tornadoes last week, we had tornadoes in Kansas, but Greenfield, Iowa really got hit by this EF4 tornado, just sort of devastated the town. Unfortunately, a number of fatalities as well. So we've had this now for weeks now, this pattern, and I'll be talking about just a bit how long that'll last. So here's our rain last week. Not anything all that widespread. There were some pockets of heavier rain right here in the central part of the state that was on the heavy side. But overall, this is a type of rain what we would want once we get the crops in. That green, that's about a half inch to an inch of rain. About an inch each week is usually pretty good. So that, in most cases, that was a beneficial rain. Up to the north, though, anything in red here, that's 5 inches of rain. That might not be as welcome. Now, temperatures last week averaged above normal. The western part of the state, a couple degrees. The eastern part of the state, 5 degrees above normal. And I'm going to be talking about a forecast that more days than not, we're going to have above normal temperatures heading into June. So what we have here right now is this area of high pressure pushed in yesterday and last night. That's pushed this front to the south. But this area of low pressure is going to move along this front. It's going to push it back up to the north, bring the moisture back, and that's going to produce the severe storm activity. Take a look at the dew points in Texas. This is what I was talking about, 78, 80 degrees, along with 109-degree temperature forecast at Laredo today. So right now, the moisture is somewhat limited, but like I said, as that wave moves along the front, that's going to pull this back tonight. Very dynamic situation, and give us our ingredients for severe storms. Now, in my post last week, if you read it, I said, why has it been so active? Well, we've been in this Pacific Ridge pattern, this blue, most of the month of May, and that's conducive for severe storm activity. But look at this, we're changing into a Pacific trough over the next 3 to 4 days, so that should quiet things down. Now, that doesn't mean no severe weather, but it doesn't look to me like nearly the widespread severe storm activity we've had for 2 or 3 weeks now. Now here's that Pacific Ridge right in here. And what we have here is we have these lobes around this area of low pressure. And each one of these lobes sort of rotates around like this. And as it ejects out of the southwest along this jet stream, it produces the energy to cause the lift for severe weather. Now, we also have this strong jet stream from the southwest, and that produces vertical wind shear, south-southeast winds at the Earth's surface, southwest aloft, and that produces the potential for tornadoes. Now, by the middle of the week, mid to late week, actually after Memorial Day weekend, ridge of high pressure pushes in, and that just means above normal temperatures and quieter weather. Okay, so here's our temperature profile, the next right into the first week of June, and you can see above normal temperatures most of the time. The next couple of days maybe cool down a bit, but I'd say near to above normal temperatures the rest of May into early June. But the big story will be tonight, late today and tonight, with severe weather. It'll also produce pockets of heavy rain here. The areas in purple, an inch or two in spots. And like we saw with these thunderstorms, some areas could get 3 to 4 inches, other areas a half inch. It's going to be somewhat scattered. So here are the details. Severe thunderstorms tonight and then ending on Sunday. And then it looks like most of the week looks dry. And here are temperatures, a little bit above normal. I think that's actually getting fairly close to normal right through the rest of the week. So I don't see any temperature extremes like we see to the south. This is going to be the issue in the forecast right in here, mainly tonight. Now, I wanted to go and show you here a little bit further out. I'm going to try to put this in on our briefings. It might be of interest. This is the big picture. And I use the GEFS. Keep in mind that there's a warm bias in here, so temperatures are probably going to be 2 or 3 degrees lower than this. But this shows you right through June 9th, we're looking at above normal temperatures. And here's our rainfall. As long as these boxes stay about the same, so this is through the week, not much. And then as we get into week 2, this is saying we might get another chance of some accumulating rain in week 2. And that's what we want this time of year. If we're getting temperatures in the mid-80s, we do want some rain in some areas. Okay, now here's the extended outlook. Let's look at week 2. Like I said, above normal temperatures and some rain in week 2. So I think that's overall the sort of the theme is going to be severe storms, then just warm weather, and some summertime weather with scattered showers and thunderstorms again towards the end of the week. But again, to end the briefing, be very alert tonight. These are nocturnal thunderstorms. If they're at nighttime, they're harder to see. And be very aware of your weather conditions late today and through the nighttime hours. That's this week's weather briefing, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day weekend. Take care.